Hey everybody, welcome back to the Planeswalker Coach channel. I'm your host, Paladin Robin. Folks, today we are doing this Planeswalker review for you. This one is Comet Stellar Pup, and I'm going to talk about this one, talk about the things that I like about this one, some of the things that you're probably going to have to keep in mind if you're going to build a deck for this one. And you know what, before we get into that, of course I want to thank Webcore. Webcore has been great to us. They've given this Planeswalker to us so that way we can do this video and then get you guys all the information you need in order to make an informed decision on whether you want this one or not. Alright, so thank you Webcore. Okay folks, I'm going to just jump right to the big elephant in the room. The big elephant in the room, you're probably noticing here on your screen, there's only one ability for Comet. Alright, it's called Asteroid Digging for 8. Roll a d20. Now, for those of you that don't understand what a d20 is, maybe you're new to the game or whatever, a d20 is a 20-sided dice. All right, so you hit this ability, and what you're going to be able to do is shuffle the board and roll a 20-sided dice. If you don't have a 20-sided dice evergreen, then you're going to gain one. Then you're going to perform one of the following effects according to whatever number you rolled on that d20. Okay, so here are the options that you may have. If you roll a number between 1 and 4, you'll gain 8 loyalty. If you roll a number between 5 through 8, you'll get 4 of these alien bone tokens. And I'll show you what those are in a second. 9 through 12 will get you 4 space helmets. 13 through 16, you'll get 4 laser guns. And 17 through 20, you'll be able to return all opposing creature cards to their opponent's hand. So that's going to be interesting. Your opponent's going to lose their creatures, and that's kind of going to be a really interesting one to hit that 17 to 20. But anyway, let's take a look here. If you roll that 5 through 8, you're going to get an alien bone token, 4 of them in fact. Alright, this is what it says. At the beginning of your turn, increase all your mana bonuses by X until the end of your turn. X is this support's shield. Then this support will lose 1 shield. If you control a card named Space Helmet and a card named Laser Gun, X is going to be the total shield of all the support cards that you control instead. So this one is going to be a nice one. You're hoping to roll either that 17 to 20, as you can see here, return all your opponent's creatures to their hand, or you're going to try to get this one, this 5 through 8, 4 alien bones. That's pretty cool. You're going to get a nice boost to all of your mana bonuses, so that's a cool one. If you roll a 9 through 12, you'll get these space helmets here. You'll get 4 of them. At the beginning of your turn, your first creature gets +1/+6 and gains vigilance until the beginning of your next turn. Then if you control a card named Laser Gun, you get to do 3 damage to the first opposing creature. Alright, kind of cool. You get to have vigilance. You get a little bit of a bulk there for the defense. And you know what? Sometimes that's going to help you. That's going to help you win games sometimes for sure. Here's the next one, Laser Gun. If you get that 13 through 16 roll, at the beginning of the combat on your turn, deal 3 damage to your opponent's planeswalker. Then this support loses 1 shield. If you control a card named Space Helmet, gain 3 life instead. Okay, so you're seeing here that this is a very unique planeswalker. One that's got some strengths, but has some very glaring weaknesses that you're going to have to account for. This is going to be kind of useful given that you've got the white and the red. Obviously, those are 2 really good colors. There are several other really good planeswalkers that are better than this one here that will give you that red-white combination. But for some players, they're going to like this one. I would say that this is probably not one that you're going to be playing with if you are really serious about playing for perfects, like you're a player that wants to get perfect scores on everything. If you're playing for perfects, I'd say this one might not be for you, just because whenever you roll a d20, you don't have the guarantee of a specific ability, right? You'll have basically a small chance of getting the 8 loyalty, a small chance of getting the alien bone, small chance to get the space helmet, small chance to get the laser gun, and small chance to basically return all your opponent's creatures to their hand. So it's unreliable in that sense. However, there is one thing that I do really like about this planeswalker that I think is maybe going to be a unique take, but I do like rolling the d20. Why do I like the d20? Because it allows you to shuffle the board. Shuffling the board is awesome. And the reason for that is sometimes you'll look at the board, you'll look at the gems, right? It doesn't have anything there that you want. You're not going to be able to hit the whites or the reds that you're going to want. So you hit this, it's going to shuffle the board. mix up all those gems and then give you another crack at it, right? You're going to be able to take a look at a different arrangement of gems. Hopefully that's going to have a nice match 5 for you, and you're going to be able to use that. In fact, I like shuffling the board for decks where I'm trying to manufacture that match 5, right? So you can take a look at it. If there's nothing there, you shuffle that board, and then maybe you get another chance to manufacture the match 5, and then you'll get another swap and then get to play some more. All right, so anyway, that I think is the best part of this particular Planeswalker, this shuffle the board ability. Obviously, if you can get Alien Bone, that's cool. Get this one here, that's cool. But again, those will be kind of few and far between. You're not going to have a guarantee. But anyway, I'll show you the deck that I built for this one. I think you guys are going to like it. Now guys, I'm super excited for the new set that's coming out. The new set, it's already out. I should be clear. It's Takir. You can see it right here. And I think the $3.99 bundle that you'll see in the shop is a really, really good deal. You got some really excellent cards that really work well together. This is $3.99 in American currency. It's a nice, cool little bundle. You get 3 cards. You get this one here. You get this one here. And you get this one here. And I wanted to build a deck around that because you know what? I'm super excited for this new set. And I gotta show you this deck. It's super cool. It does a lot of good stuff for you. And really, this is what we do with this deck. All right, let me show you. The real cool card here is this rare. You'll see it in the bundle. At the end of your turn, creatures you control get +1/+1. That's cool. It says when a creature you control dies for the first time during your turn, you get to destroy one of your opponent's creatures at random. So that's really, really good. I definitely want to maximize this by destroying creatures that I have and then making new creatures and then destroying those and then using that really as a way to keep your opponent off the battlefield, just slaying those creatures. And that's really what I'm going to try to do with this deck here. Okay, so we've got the Barren Steep Siege. I like this one here, Descendants of Storms. This one is nice. You have this endurability with the new set. Let me show you what that does. If you control 3 creatures, your first creature gets +X/+X. Otherwise, create an Abzan Spirit token and reinforce it X times. X is equal to this card's endure value. Now, obviously, what's going to happen is this is going to endure every single turn when it attacks. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to use Rankle and Torbrand here. And I'm going to get rid of this token, this the Abzan token. All right. So what's going to happen is I'll have this one here. It says when this creature deals combat damage to your opponent's planeswalker, you get 2 gold tokens and your opponent will get 2 gold tokens. Then I may destroy the last creature I control. Okay. The last creature that I'm going to control in this particular deck will be the Abzan Spirit here. Okay, so that's going to be great. I'm going to have one every single turn that creature attacks. I'm going to destroy it every single turn because of this one here. Every time I destroy that, I'm going to take out one of my opponent's creatures, right? I'm going to destroy the last opposing creature. That's going to be great, going to help me to keep my opponent off the battlefield. And this one here, the Barren Steep Siege, that's going to destroy another one. So really cool. This deck just completely wrecks my opponent's creatures, keeps them off the battlefield so I can do what I gotta do, guys. Anyway, you guys can take a look at the deck yourself. I think you'll like this one. It's very consistent. Anyway, let's go look at some gameplay. Okay guys, let's get ourselves some gameplay. Folks, what we're going to try to do here, and I'm really, really hoping this is going to take off quickly, is we're trying to get our creatures down, right? We get the Rankle and Torbrand Rankle guy. We get that going, and we get ourselves those creatures, those tokens consistently flowing. That's going to be really, really helpful. All right, so we got some interesting cards here. Let's take a look at what we can do. We didn't obviously get any creatures. But you know, we got some cards in the deck that's going to help us to pull creatures. So, not super worried. There we go, Descendant of Storms. Very nice. Tell you what, that can go first. Alright, so cool. Let's go like this. Get me a nice little cascade. There we go. Alright, now we're moving. There it is. Rankle and Torbrand and Rankle. Alright, let's get this going. Folks, okay, not seeing a ton, right? Not seeing a ton here. What I'm going to do is go with the shuffle. Gotta love the shuffle. The shuffle is pretty awesome. You can see here, it's definitely improved my chances. I got some stuff going on down here. That's really nice. I think I'm going to just hit it like that. And then there we go. Sweet. Very, very good. All right, now we're moving it. We're doing good. We're going to hopefully be able to get our Rankle Torban Rankle out pretty soon. Oh, and we don't have the combo out. We just took a big shot, and the opponent, because we've lost a card, our opponent will lose one as well. You can kind of see, right? That's what happened here. When a creature I control dies, for the first time during that turn, I can destroy a random opposing creature from my opponent. That's what I did. All right, so we got some stuff here that we can definitely use. I'll move this up because it looks like we're going to have a chance to get us some good offense. There we go. We're moving it. Now, at this point, we have the murder investigation. That's really good. That's going to help us to lock and load that combo that we have. Okay, so really, really cool. I'm not going to hit that at this point because the opponent doesn't have any creatures, so not super worried about that. If they play a creature, Rankle and Torban and Rankle, our guy over here is going to take out this creature. That's going to help us to really just get going, destroying their stuff. Go like this. As it looks on the board right now, I think I'll go like this. Got me a nice cascade there. Very nice. Alright, we'll give that double strike. Opponent's taking damage just like we want. There we are. Confirm. I'm going to say not now, obviously, because the opponent doesn't have any creatures. Now you'll see some gold flying out on the board. That's really, really good. That helps us to make sure we have a nice flow of mana going into the hand. You can match those, and like here, you'll be able to match them and then get free mana, a nice flow of mana. That's nice. There we are. Taurion Soul Cleaver. So this is a great, great card. And really, we like that one here for offense. I don't see anything that really jumps out at me. And here we are. And folks, this is what I was talking about. Anytime you have that ability to roll a d20, you're going to be able to shuffle the board, right? When you shuffle the board, you're automatically manufacturing stuff like this, right? A match 5. Manufactured match 5 right there. That's really the strength of this Planeswalker. You're going to be able to shuffle that board. When you shuffle the board, you're going to have a chance to manufacture those match 5s like I just did there. So very cool. Very, very cool. There we go. Let's go with this. Taurion Soul Cleaver. Love it. Okay, very, very good. At this point, I'm going to hit this. And the reason is it's going to get rid of that. We're going to get a buff here from the Taurion Soul Cleaver. And we're going to get a replacement piece there. And you know what? I'm going to hit it again. Because what that's going to do is repeat the cycle. We get our replacement. We get our buff. Love it, guys. Love it. Absolutely love it. And you can see that this is really just starting to take off now. The opponent doesn't have any creatures, and if they did, we would destroy them. Okay, you're going to be able to see it here, right? We're going to be able to take out this creature. It's a really good advantage because this is an expensive creature, right? They paid some good mana here for it. Nice murder investigation. 15, right? So super cool. And at this point, I'm going to hold off on the rally the monsters. I'm going to use this. What I'm looking for is, yes, gold, and then gold. That's going to give us a double buff, and this guy's going to get 10. You know what, guys? That's the game. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Kind of a cool thing, a different spin today, right? Hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. Like and subscribe, share with all your friends. That really helps the channel. Good gaming, guys. There it is. Game over.